Wait a minute. What happened? It's been so long since we put a fucking video up, a car disappeared. But you know what that means? That means it runs again. So we got some positive. So, I apologize, because that's one of the best things I can do. I'm real good at apologizing, because I forget the camera once in a while. We've been plugging away on this thing, and we got it to run again. So, what happened to it? ECM fuse was blown. Jake managed to find that while we were fucking with all kinds of other stupid shit. Let's see, I can pop this off here and show you. So, right inside that little box right there was a 20 amp fuse, and it had blown. I am fairly confident every time I welded we had unhooked the battery, but it is possible that we still blew that fuse one way or the other. Who knows? Got moisture in there. It's time. Who knows? But ECM fuse blew. Replaced it. Car runs. Unfortunately, it runs the same as it did before, which is kind of like ass. It does not idle. If you hold some gas to it, it will continue to run. Anytime you let off, it dies. Now, spring X has been canceled, so this car is slightly less of a priority, which is why it is now out here. I drove it to this spot. You know, it died a couple times in the process, but if it comes down to it, where we're at crunch time and I need a car to run, I have no problem running this car the way that it is. If I end up, you know, there's one thing that a friend of mine told me to try, which I'm probably still going to try yet as soon as it stops raining. But if it ends up running like ass, that's not the end of the world, because usually I have my foot in it anyway, so if it runs like ass, it runs like ass. That's not that big of a deal. Not the end of the world. So, what are we going to do now? Well, the GMC is somewhat stripped. That's a car that we planted on running probably in July-ish, if Corona goes away by then. So right now, I think the plan is to pull this big old bitch in. We've been talking to some promoters that we work with, and have got permission to do a little bit of work to patch this stupidity that's going on down here. So, we want to get this one inside, strip a few things, clean it up a little bit. I don't know that it's necessarily going to start getting built right now, but we're at least going to pull some shit off, maybe run the fuel system inside so that we can actually drive it without this crazy ass setup, and of course unhook this thing so that Mike can have it back. Sorry, Mike. We're borrowing your stuff. So we'll get that off of there, maybe make it so that it's easier to drive around. You don't have to have a tank sitting up on the cowl here. Probably leave the windows in it for now, maybe not, who knows. You know, just get it started, and then start assessing the situation for some of the repairs that are going to need to be done. And we can walk you through those repairs, give you an idea of what's going on. I'm a little bit concerned about showing you guys what we're doing, because I don't want anybody that we're going to run against to bitch, but I know that bitching is just something that we're always going to have to deal with. We've been talking very closely to the promoter. Unfortunately, the promoter is really good friends with a lot of people, so who knows, maybe some of them will bitch. That's fine. I'll show you as much as I feel comfortable showing as we try to patch this thing and put it back together. So Jake's trying to make enough room in here to actually fit that big old bitch, and then we're gonna get her pulled in here. So let's see if we can do that without hurting ourselves, huh? This has got all kinds of bad ideas written all over it. Runs good. You guys like the seat? We're getting good at that. But I added a little bit of safety. I don't want to see Mike's tank go flying, so. All right. Cranker. Power steering works, huh? Sweet. Neutral?
Yeah, the shifter is broken.
Great. Oh, there it is. Something's got to be spinning. Go again. That one's definitely spinning. Go forward just a hair, yeah. Well, shit. I really wanted to get the whole filming of this thing going in the garage by itself, but I might need some help now.
What?
Alright. Please hold, we'll be back with you in a second. Alright, well, we had to do a little bit of work because one tire was not wanting to go, but after a little bit of a helping hand, the Monaco is in the garage. So, we'll get you a couple update videos on this to come. Just as far as like what our plan is, what we're actually dealing with, I'm hoping there's enough solid space under here that we can get this thing up in the air a little bit, crawl around under, try to get a real idea of what the hell we are going to do with this steaming pile of shit, to try to make it so that Jake can have one fun run out of it at least. See if we can't completely destroy this thing. So that's kind of the goal. I don't know that we're necessarily looking to try to get more than one run out of it. I mean, that's always great, but this is going to be a just go out and fuck her up kind of car. Thinking Mopar engine staying in it. We're just going to leave everything pretty much stock as far as drivetrain. Obviously, we're going to do a little bit of welding to try to get this thing shored up a little bit. So we'll see in videos come. Appreciate you following along as always. Be a goose.